Love, simplicity, humility, the triune need of man in his daily contact with God. All cannot behold that divine face, for no man hath seen God, but the brilliance of the dazzling light will warm us with its effulgence, and the glance of the beloved eyes, behind the veil, will rejuvenate the heart and mind of man in his search for the truth. For remember, my children, that nothing but the clarity of truth shall lighten the way to God. Search for it, long for it, then hold it clasped in hands of love and place it as a meet gift before the feet of the Eternal One, my brother ARHURA, Lord of the Amethyst solar plane, the seventh, known to you as King Arthur, will take the pencil in my place, to reveal to you the truths of the so-called Arthurian legends.
Arthur and the Sword, Part 1 of 7, The True Life of King Arthur. Born was I in the year 500 AD, of Arthure and Igraine. The whole truth must be told, in that I was born of a very great love, the seed of a soul union, but not in earth wedlock. The days of my youthful age were carefree and joyous, spent chiefly on the slopes of Camelot and where the Severn laps in the rushes. Oft did my father speak unto me of the Cymri and of the Saxon hordes which overran our fair land. My beauteous mother did weave for me tales of knights and damsels, and grew I up in the knowledge that I was to be king, in time, of my beloved Wessex, when King Arthur was gathered home. The summers passed until I attained the age of 16 years, and then there came a period when frequently I was beset with a strange vision. I beheld a figure clothed in a shroud of white, and in the right hand it held a great two-edged sword, which it pointed oft at me. Upon the hilt there blazed sapphires and rubies, and engraved upon the hilt did I perceive a Latin script, ad majorem Dei gloriam, meaning, to the greater glory of God. Thus did I know that the ghostly visitant boded no ill, for its sword was dedicated unto God. I hid these things in my mind for a while and determined at a later date to consult with the soothsayer, Merlin, asking him to explain my youthful vision. Much hath been written in bygone ages of the great sword of Arthur. Many bards have sung and poets have written of a blade yclept Excalibur and Quat. Now, know ye, that the name hath become distort, and the true name is Escabara. Relating to this, thus spake Merlin, Know, O king to be, that the mighty sword Escabara is that which can only lodge in the hand of a God-chosen man. It can only rest in the palm of one who is of an inward purity, and only he who vows eternal fealty to God can pluck it from its resting place. And quote. Thus spake Merlin. Oft, afterwards, did I perceive the vision, and then, for a nonce it fled, when Arthur lay sick of a great fever. Full 18 years lay on me then, and, my father having ailed for the space of 5 years, I had been entrusted to the care of his brother, Hector. Great jealousy had mine uncle to me, and much was I driven in on myself for companionship. Then did my father pass to the full life, and on the night in question did I hear a voice, Rise, Arthur, and go thy way to the great mere of Avalon, there shalt thou find thy destiny. And quote. So I arose, and, taking with me my friend, Piers de Tolomain, did I journey to Avalon, to the glassy clear waters of the mere, bordered about with kingly oaks. There did I go apart and pray, while Piers awaited in a woodman's hut, and from the silence came a mighty voice, Behold, my son, the guardian of Escabara, the mighty twin sword, that of thy solar brother Mikaal, behold it. And quote. And I did ope mine eyes, and there did stand the figure clothed in white, with whom my eyes were familiar. I shall cast Escabara forth, Arthur, and ye will mark its resting place. Then will ye gather here all they who consider a claim upon the kingship of Wessex, and he who can pluck it from its bed is he who will rule. And quote. Thus spake the spirit, Acarsand his name, and, raising Escabara above his head, did he whirl it mightily, and did cast it from him, whence it fled in twisting spirals, in arcs of receding light, flashing as the beloved sun caught the jewels, and, far away, did it cleave asunder the great bole of an oak, and did rest there. Acarsand vanished, and I did search out Piers to tell him of these marvels. Now was the moment come to test the power of kingship. And quote. So I hied me back to Camelot, with Piers, and there held counsel with my lady mother and Merlin. Thereupon did Igraine cause a loud proclamation to be issued throughout the land, and 2 weeks later was there a great gathering of young knights and nobles at the mere of Avalon. First did one and then another seek to draw Escabara from the oak, but to no avail. And loud was the wrath and bitter the jealous envy of the jeweled hilt, till finally, all others having essayed, did I advance and did grasp the cross-formed hilt, and lo, it came with ease into my hand away from the great tree. And a shout went up from the assembly, from a few throats in joy, but from others in malice. And from a strident throat came the words, "We will not have the bastard as our king," and quote. Whereupon did I feel the great sword leap like a live thing, and in righteous indignation did I call upon the man to draw. This did he, and together did we duel for my fair name, and in a flash did I spit him through the sword arm, and he and his friends departed in dudgeon. Then did I hear a voice from the mere, "Arthure, beloved, thou hast been proven king, take Escabara, and swear upon its holy blade to do naught but good with it, to redress wrongs, and to defend weakness, for its blade is sacred, touched as it was by the hand of fair Jesus when he dwelt for a time in Avalon. 4. Arthure, this sword was ever kept in preserved sanctity by Arimathean Joseph, in the church hide at Avalon, brought by him from a holy man in Palestine, and much esteemed by metal workers for its great beauty. Josephus did bring it with him to our shores twice, the firstly time being when the boy was with him, and the secondly after the murder of the beloved. Guard it well, my son, and ere thou passest to spirit, cast it wheeling, back to the mere, for none other shall possess it. And quote. The voice ceased, and, looking round, I perceived that I was alone, saving for the presence of a little maid, who curtsied low, with pinkened cheeks, and said, "God save you, fair sir, I do await to greet my king." And quote. I raised her, with thanks, and asked her name. "I am Yclept Magran, fair lord, sister to Percival of Elnato." And quote. We did hold converse, and then the little one departed. We met again some years later. To be continued.